Okay, well, welcome back. We're now here with Anthony Perry, who is running for state senate. Anthony, thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your campaign and why you're running.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm running because I offer you a new choice and a new vision. I'm an educator that resides in Compton, and I work every day to ensure District 35 has a bright future. I believe in education. I will protect teachers, ensure all schools have access to technology and art programs. Vote for me to ensure that this happens. I am independent. I believe when we work together, everybody wins. As your next state senator, I will fight for laws that protect women in the workplace, homeowners, and business entrepreneurs. I first decided to enter politics 3 years ago because I didn't like what was happening in my community and in our schools. I've reached out to local and state officials, and I was unresponsive and ignored by elected officials. I was brushed off when I addressed lack of supplies in our schools, our homeless crisis, and the terrible roads. So I saw, how could I make a change, a positive change, through comprehensive political involvement? Although some may say, hey, you lack experience in politics, I'm a dedicated servant to the community. I have served in multiple leadership roles through nonprofit and community organizations, as well as running a Fortune 500 company in our district. I believe my qualities make important decisions on behalf as your next state senator. I will form a district-wide pandemic natural disaster preparedness team that will work tirelessly to acquire comprehensive resources such as food, water, emergency shelters, diaper, to distribute to residents within the district in the event of future pandemic emergency situations or natural disasters. This should have been done already, and as we see, our current leadership has failed to provide for us. I believe agriculture is very important to the sustainability of our district. I will work with local farmers and the agricultural-based nonprofits to create community gardens for public use and educational purposes. The reduction of crime in our district is dependent upon providing quality and equitable education, resources, and training to reverse the generational poverty and the community mentality. Crime is not inherent based on the city in which it occurs. It is the result of various factors functioning within and or against a community or a segment of a community in a systematic fashion. The school to prison pipeline is prevalent in certain cities in the district. In some, it is not a problem. This is a major issue. Quality and equitable education is needed both our youth and adults that live in our district. All people, regardless of their background or demographic makeup, are to be viewed and served in a manner of respect, value, and equity. Generational poverty is an issue that affects us all, whether we're experiencing it or simply witnessing it. Faith-based, non-governmental organizations and the United States government, we must work hand in hand to improve the conditions of impoverished areas and upward mobility of the residents. I will work with local agencies and companies to provide incentives for using safe and clean transit stations, public transportation, and ride-share services. I will also create a task force to identify and implement ways to reduce the carbon footprint in the industrial sections of the district. The desire for change is to be expected. Many issues currently plague our cities, and it appears that very little effort has been made to listen to the residents or address our concerns. I will make an effort to keep my finger on the pulse of the community by hosting virtual listening sessions, open door policies. In addition to addressing the concerns of my constituents, I am dedicated to implement the following as your next state senator in District 35. Addressing homelessness. I am dedicated to implement the following: a homeless task force to ensure that those living on the streets in our cities will receive comprehensive services for housing, Medicare, mental health, drug counseling, as well as provide additional service for foster youth who have aged out of our system. Jobs. I will create a job for all program, which provide more opportunities for all citizens in the district to gain employment. I will streamline the employment process, as well as provide on-the-job training to ensure these employees gain certifications needed to continue work. District beautification. Under this program will be assigned areas within District 35 that require beautification. This will be removing trash from illegal dumping, fixing potholes, repainting buildings that have been spray painted. Businesses and homeowners will also be given a discount for those that want to beautify their home or business. Gang redemption programs. Current and former gang members and rehabilitated felons will be employed through a Get Back to Work program so they can positively contribute to their communities by working with the homeless task force and the district beautification team. Educational funding and improvements. I will create an initiative that will provide teachers a $500 credit. Teachers will be issued a debit card by the state to which funds will be deposited in August to prepare for the new school year. Also, in light of the changing of how COVID-19 has affected us, I will create a statewide standard for distant learning for all teachers will receive the same training on all platforms and receive the same syllabi to make our district equal and more equitable. I will remove the roadblocks that have been hindering many of our constituents from taking care of their families. As a family man, I vow to keep families together. It is also important that everyone have access to a job. I have a Jobs for All program that will cut our unemployment rate in half. As your new choice, I put you first and not political parties. To my Democrat and Republican parties, let's work together. I am the new vision. I believe everyone should have a home. I stand for creating more jobs. I offer you a new choice with a new vision. I am Anthony Perry, and I ask for your vote on or before November 3rd. I look forward to serving you as your next state senator in District 35. Thank you, and be blessed.
Okay, well, thank you, Anthony. What communities are in your District 35?
Yes, our communities reach from Inglewood to Torrance, Hawthorne, Gardena, Compton, Watts, San Pedro, and parts of Los Angeles, parts of Long Beach.
Yeah, so you're in an area that I think one of the big issues down there has been law enforcement, law and order, and some civil unrest, I believe. Is
Yes.
this something that you have a particular plan for?
Yes, one thing I'm really attempting to do is changing the mindset. However, I'm proposing with our police and our community members, I'm proposing quarterly annual picnics and also competitive sports. I believe, just like my parents used to tell us, law enforcement is supposed to engage with the community on a positive level. Police should not just be patrolling our neighborhoods when something is going bad. You know, police should be here. They, hi, Miss Johnson, how are you today? You know, how are the kids doing in school? And really creating relationships. And I believe if we create more relationships, more engagement in a positive function, I believe overall policing will improve because our constituents will know the cops a little bit better on a personal level.
I see. Okay, sounds like a good plan. You know, one other thing you mentioned that you have an agricultural industry in your district. I wouldn't have thought that before. Are there farmers in your area?
You know what? Actually, there are not a lot of farmers. There are small farms and we do have distribution centers. However, one thing, we have a very diverse district. And I've seen that a lot of health food stores tend to be left out of the communities where the housing value is lower. So I intend to bring more agriculture to those communities to eat better, to eat fresh foods, to eat healthy. So that's one thing that I'm bringing in, especially to address some of the obesity in our children and in our adults.
Yeah, I see. Well, urban agriculture is a big thing. Grow local, and California, as I'm sure you know, has made a big push in this Eat Healthy program in schools,
Yes.
especially in the cities. So that's a great program. Well, thank you, Anthony. So how do people get a hold of you and contact you if they want to contact the campaign?
Yes, you can go to my website, anthonyperry.org, www.anthonyperry.org. They can find all information. They can contact me directly. They can make a campaign contribution. I'm an open book, so please go to my website. I check it 5 to 10 times a day, almost every other hour. So my website is the best way to contact me.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, and you have a great day.